the pretty lady of boxing.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so
That's Monica.
here we are again with the rematch. Okay, I mean, apart from Lamont saying that he's continued his training and everything, and there was a lot of secrecy last time. We didn't really hear much about the camp and what was going on. I mean, now obviously everybody wants to know that you're here at the forefront. What can you tell us about the training, the camp? What's going to happen?
It's hell. Our camps, in DC have been very, very torturous. I've been criticized by a lot of people of our methods. I've been praised by a lot because it's new to most that actually get in. Because most of the time it's closed sessions that we have. I have kids that are on the U.S. team. I have a 16-year-old that you'll see real soon. In the next 2 years, I think I'll do him an injustice and leave him in the amateurs in the long. Phenomenal. We go through certain regiments that'll make the devil grin. And in fact, before I left coming here, there was a young man, he's an MMA fighter. So, I let him in, he told me what he wanted to do. So he's been there about maybe 3 months. When I left, I have never seen an individual throw up that much at one time. And I mean, it's like 5 or 6 times. So, our training is unorthodox, but nevertheless, it is very, very aggressive. This particular time, I'm not sure whether or not we're going to stay at home, very comfortable at home, but sometimes you need to switch up every once in a while. I've trained at levels of 12,000 foot above sea level. So when the men spoke about high altitude, that's something that we're familiar with. Of course, I'm on the U.S. national team, but we always train at high altitude. You have to be careful about training at high altitude also, and then fighting back at sea level because you will get altitude poisoning. So because I had the luxury of learning this type of thing, with the U.S. team, I feel very confident, very comfortable with training, either at sea level or above.
Okay, and now with regard to, have you spoken to Freddie Roach after the fight in December?
I haven't spoken to Freddie, but he called and left a message. Freddie's a busy man, as I am. I called him, and at the time I called him, he was doing the same thing I was doing, so I couldn't get to him, so I left him a message. And I sent him a text. The first time that I got close to Freddie since that fight was I just so happened to click the TV on HBO, and they caught us in camp together with the U.S. national team. But Freddie's a great guy. He's a buddy. He's an honorable man. He's a very knowledgeable man about boxing, and I consider him to be a friend. And again, it'll be a complete honor to face him one more time. Strategy versus strategy, adjustment versus adjustment. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. I mean, I heard also that Freddie was holding mitts at one of the Olympic training.
If I have my phone, I might show you.
And Lamont Peterson was hitting the pads. At that time, I know Freddie was a little bit concerned that he was very strong. I mean, what do you say about that?
He being Freddie, he likes Lamont. If you go back to some of the interviews you had Freddie, you will remember Freddie being an advocate for Lamont fighting Pacquiao his next fight. They did hold the mitts together at the camp this particular day. We were we had what's called stations, and there were about 15 or 16 stations. Freddie loves to work the mitts. I'm tired of working the mitts. 32 years of it. My joints can't take for so much. I got to preserve myself a little bit more. So, I took myself out of the rotation. Lamont rotated to Freddie. I videotaped it, and it's on my other phone upstairs. I wanted to show it to you.
Yeah.
I videotaped it, and they had a grand time. And I think that, there was a story that I saw Freddie working the miss with Lamont. I jumped up and I ran and I snatched Lamont out the ring. Not true.
Okay.
I sat back there. I enjoyed it. You know, Freddie was into his Freddie mode, and it's crazy because, you know, we all know his illness. But when he gets into that ring, you know, all that illness seems like it goes away, and he's at peace with himself. And I thought it was a beautiful thing watching my son with the legendary Freddie Roach, and it was just grand to see. So, and I videotaped.
Okay, now after this rematch, I mean, you're expecting to win, and you know, Lamont, he's been talking death and everything. You know, he's very determined. I mean, what goal is next after Amir Khan and the future?
Well, it's crazy, and I do want to answer that, but I won't answer that directly because I have to deal with Amir first. And too often people make the mistake of jumping over hurdles before they cross the first one. So I want to make sure that we deal with Amir Khan, Team Khan first. Oh yes, tunnel vision. Then after that, you know, I'll decide which way is next, because surely you beat Khan twice, man, sky's the limit. And that's my mission. And I will not stop. I will not lose focus until I complete that mission.
Okay, can you just give a big shout out to Rope-a-Dope Radio Team in America?
Let me tell you something, Rope-a-Dope Radio. You got a beautiful lady out here interviewing me, and if y'all don't take care of it, I'm going to take her home with us. So, big shout out to Rope-a-Dope. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Lord.